Yep. So what we're going to do is make some of our own mark making tools, and this should be fun. And you can make them for whatever type of mark making or drawing or writing or what you like to do. You could even find a pen nib and put it in one of these and have it as a calligraphy marker. So whatever you would like, or other fun things you could use. In this little box we have some fun fibers and things you could use for mark making or just to decorate. I'm probably going to use most of this to decorate with. Let me open this up real quick. And we have these wonderful weeds in the backyard, but by the time we're doing this, they're not hard enough to use, but they're very foamy inside and they work great. Because when you get it to the right season, you can literally poke all your pieces into it, and when it dries out, they stay in there very nice and tight. Here's an example of these, and you can see that foamy part has gotten very, very hard, but I could put bristles and other fun things and just push it in, and it would stay in there. So what I did is I just went out in the field and started foraging. And I'm just going to look. The seeds are going to fall out of this, but I think I'm going to be able to keep. I think all the little feathery things are still going to work. And as you can see with this one here, it will fit in nicely. Let's see. And I think I would like to leave that with just that in there. Here's another fun one. And I think what I'm going to do is squish it up a little and get the seeds off. Because they're good. I mean, you could leave them on there, but they're going to fall off eventually. And if I tighten this up a bit, I think that would be kind of fun. So for right now, this is what I have. So this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to use some washi tape. And I'm going to just start wrapping some of my pieces so they stay nice and bound. And I'm going to be putting this inside of this little bamboo tube. And you want to make sure it's going to be nice and snug. See if I tightened that up enough. So if it doesn't even go all the way down, we can continue to wrap this. So I'm just going to get these put in, and then we're going to start wrapping. I think this one's really fun. I think this is going to be cute. Looks like little teeny tiny little hairs. So this one right here, since it is completely filled, you could add lots of things around the outside of this. And that could be fun too. You know what, for right now though, this is how I'm gonna start this. I am just gonna add a little tape just to secure it before I decide to wrap it all up. Okay, so now let's move all these silly little things And let's start playing. Okay, which one? Which one? I think I'm going to use a piece of this cheesecloth. I think this is really, really fun. And you know what? Yeah, I'm going to put it on this one. So what I'm going to do is, we're just going to use a glue. You can use any glue you want. And I'm just going to start it with a little bit of glue. And I'm also going to put a little glue around the top edge. So I'm starting at the top edge to really bind this little furry guy in, and then I'm going to just start rolling my way down. Oh, isn't that so cool? I really like that. I don't know why. I love that. I know, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. And this was like the simplest of everything. Now this is the fun part, you know, but if you're gonna make your own mark making tool, doesn't it have to be pretty? I mean, why would you even go to all this work to do this if it wasn't gonna be pretty? So whatever else, you could add sari silk. Here, this one, we're gonna, you could add fun, actually you could make fun shapes with wire and attach them in and do your own little shapes too. So let's say you wanted circles. I don't know if I want to do it with this one, but see how you could do that and have a thing coming up and do a bunch of these and push these, make actual flat circles or rings or whatever shape you would like with the wire. Put them, do a bunch of them going all the way around, put them inside the opening of the hole, seal it in. Wouldn't that be cute? Okay, so I think for this one, we're gonna do sari silk, and I am gonna start up here again because you really want everything attached well and you don't want this falling off. And so far, I think I've been pretty lucky because some of these I have done years ago, and they're dried elements and you would think they would just fall apart and break and be gone, but they haven't. I'm kind of surprised. So let's just get the glue all the way around. And really, when you think about this, this is endless. You could do it in 100 different ways. You could take little paper strips and like if you're making paper beads or paper quilling, you could go around with papers, and there's just so much you could do that it's really limitless. I think that's just really pretty, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna make a knot at the end of this piece of fiber, trim it, and I feel like I'm getting stuck. I don't know what it is, I'm getting stuck. Okay, so I am Okay, I'm just gonna put a blob of glue right there. Maybe that's my problem. It's the blob of glues. So I'm just gonna, I don't know. I may have to like put some wire around this to hold it on here. So here's this. Okay, let's do something fun like this. I'm taking this really thin colored jewelry wire and I am just gonna wrap it around. Actually, what would really be cute is we'll just do 1, 2, 3 that way, and then 1, 2, 3, and look at those cute little X's. Isn't that so cute? Okay, there's that. Look at how cute that is. I know this is just so simplistic, nothing to it, but you know, I almost just love it that way because I like very simplistic. On this, we could just add a little bit of this and a little bit of cording, and I think I'm just going to, once again, I'm going to glue this, and I think I'm going to bring it down. You could be very colorful. You could have dangles hanging up. I mean, there are 1,000 different things that you could do. It just depends on what you want it to look like. I really, really love just a natural look, but there are so many that are so beautiful that are bright and dangly and very boho. So, I mean, it's just whatever your style is, just use what you've got and just make it really, really you and make it fun. So, you know, you can add raffia, you can add beads, you can just anything you would like. But the most important part is, does it work? Okay, let's see if this works. So we are using our ink that we made, and you know what? I think I'm even gonna tighten this up just a tad bit more. So I'm gonna go at an angle. I want this a little tighter. So unless you have a very, very large mouth jar for your ink, you really have to decide about your ends here. Because you can see, I might get part of them in, but I'm not gonna get them all in if they're this wide apart. Or I would just have to use a larger, it's getting very thick. Oh my gosh, this poor little mark making tool looks pregnant. You know what? I promise you, it's gonna be cute. I don't care what it takes. It's gonna be cute, darn it. Watch, watch. We're gonna make this so cute, you're gonna think, oh my gosh, this was like a really happy mistake. So really, I should have started this earlier when I was putting it on here. I should have just wrapped the top a tad bit tighter. That would have made more sense. Do I have to tighten this up too? Or do I?
Mm-mm.
It just said it's very flabby. You know what? I think that's fine. Okay, so it's a tad bit tighter. Now, let's put some of this in our very, very fun. We're gonna do this differently. Watch. Pretend that paper's clean. Sorry guys, not overly impressed.
Try the next one.
Huh?
Try the next one.
Yeah, I was gonna do some cross hatch stitches to see if it looks interesting. I still think it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now these are just very, very fine lines, but you know what? That really is, I think, going both ways. So so after you've done one or two, you're gonna say, wow, I love that. Or maybe I would take all these big edges off and just keep the smaller edges. So you can still play with what you've got or take it off and add something completely different. But I still think this is kind of fun there. Okay, let's try our furry guy and see what he does. Okay. Probably could have made this shorter because he is not liking being this full. Okay. That is quite obvious. I don't know.
Try laying it in the part that spilled.
Okay, it kind of spilled, but it dried.
Oh.
So this is something you might want to do like on a pad to get all the, you're going to need some nice, a larger pan or a place you can, I probably wouldn't pour it just on paper like I just did. I would use like a plastic dish or something you can wash and roll it so you have a little more room, and let's see what this does. You know, and a lot of this is just the trial and error. And I don't know, you know, you might have to cut this little puppy all the way out and pretend he looks so cute done up. but he just doesn't work very well, so we just won't show him being done. Let's try this cute one. Let's see what this does. And this might be one that you have to roll out. Let's see if this does anything. It's not impressing me a whole lot. Here, you know what? Let's try this one. So this is one you could do, but you'd probably want to wipe most off and then go through, and you're getting fun little like broom lines. I think that one's fun. Let's try the ones with our dried flowers. See what that does. And this might be another one. This jar is very small, so I really can't get it in there, but let's see if this is going to give us any sort of a fun look. You know, not really. This is one where we just took a piece of sponge and rolled it around a stick, and it almost looks like it's just like a spiral. You know, not doing much for me. Okay, this one's very, very sparse. I like this one, it's very sparse. And it's kind of fun because it's just so whimsical and sparse. Okay, you know what, depending on what you want to use, you could even put some of the sea sponge on here. You could, I mean, there are so many ways. Like if I would have rolled this a little bigger here and then went further up and up and up, or down, down and down, when you put it in, you'd get a nice dimension. So a lot of this is going to be, you're just going to have to play with what you would like to put in, depending on the look you're liking, to come up with some fun marks. Hope you guys give this a try. Whatever you do, have fun.